Good morning, class! How are you today? Doing good? That's great to hear. Before we begin, let us all stand for a short prayer. Marie, can you lead the prayer? In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, let us sing first the Oh, it's English time after all. Ready? Are you ready? Ready? Sing. Oh, it's English time after all. 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 Again. Oh, it's English time after all. 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 Very good. Before you take your seat, kindly pick up the trashes you can see inside the classroom and put it into a trash bins. You may now sit. Miss Secretary, is there any absent for today? Okay, none? Since nobody is absent for today, let us give ourselves a 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, let us recall our guideline if we are in the classroom. Number 1 is, be prepared in your activity. Number 2, be happy and stay positive. Always wear your beautiful smile. Number 3, don't talk to your seatmate if someone is talking in front. Number 4, raise your hand if you have a question or do you want to recite. Did you understand, class? Okay, you really understand. Let us read first the objective of our lesson for today. Objectives. At the end of the discussion, students should be able to, number 1, discuss the characteristic and values of fables. Number 2, apply moral learned to a personal experience through sharing in the class. And number 3, draw pictures and write dialogues demonstrating their understanding of the lesson. Now, let us recall our topic last meeting. I have here a several part of the storytelling, and let us read all of them. I want you to identify the characteristic of realistic story. Number 1, who wants to read? Yes, Glory. What is the answer in number 1? What characteristic of real story it is? The answer is very good. It is the characters. Let's move on. Number 2. Would you mind to read, Rochelle? What is the answer in number 2? Very good. It is in the settings. Number 3. Who wants to read? Okay, Mayros. What characteristic of real story is the number 3? Yes, very good. It is a theme. Class, are you familiar with the game 4 Picks 1 Word? Oh, you are all familiar with that game. I think this will be easy for you to answer this game because this game is very similar to that game. So before we start, I want to divide you into 6 groups. Okay, head count and go to your group. Sit properly and we will start the game. I will show you the picture and you will guess the phrase. This game is called 2 Picks, 1 Phrase. Are you ready? Okay, you are all ready. Let's start the game. First picture. Raise up your board. What will be the answer? The answer is to speak. All of you got the correct answer. Very good. Second picture. What will be that picture? Raise up your board. Okay, the answer is storytelling. All of you got the correct answer. You are doing good. Third picture. What will be the phrase of the third picture? Okay, raise up your board. The answer is moral lesson. Different answer this time. And the fourth picture is, what will be the fourth picture? The answer is moral story. You got the correct answer. I want to know who got the highest score. Group 5 and Group 2 got 4 points. Let's clap for them. Group 1, 6, and 3 got 3 points. Very good. And Group 4 got 2 points. Let us give ourselves a round of applause. We will add the points in your next activities. Did you have fun from the game? Oh, you have fun. I'm so happy that you enjoyed the game. Class, what did you notice from the game? Anyone? Yes, Maria, what did you notice? Very good. Another answer, what did you notice, class? Very good also, Mike. Who else? Raise your hand. What did you notice from the game? Yes. Very good. Let's give them a round of applause. As you said a while ago, the game is about a story and moral lesson. So those pictures are in line with our topic for today, which is the fables. Today, we will talk about the fables, the characteristic of fables, values of fables, and the origin of fables. Class, do you have an idea of what is fables? Yes, James? Yes? The character is animals? Very good. What else? Yes, Joanne? Intended to provide a moral lesson? Very good. Let us now find out if what is fables, what are the characteristics of fables, where is the origin of fables. Let's now begin. So what is fables? The word fable is derived from the Latin word fibula, which means a story, and derivative of the word fari, which means to speak. Fable is a literary device that can be defined as concise and brief story intended to provide a lesson at the end. So in short, fable is a kind of story, a brief story to speak, that is intended to provide a lesson at the end. In literature, it is described as the deductive lesson given through some sort of animal story. Deductive lesson means concept and generalization are introduced first to learners, followed by the specific example or activities. For example, the concept is animal story. I will introduce first what is the animal story. After that, I will ask what are the animal story or what are the example of animal story. Do you know an example of animal story, class? The monkey and the lion? Very good. That is the example of an animal story. Let's now move on. What is fable in prose? In prose and verse, a fable is described through plants, animals, forces of nature, and inanimate objects by giving them human attributes wherein they demonstrate a lesson at the end. So again, when we say fable, it is a short story to speak. A story of animal and maybe plants, animals, forces of nature, and inanimate objects. You are right to say that fable is a story and the characters is animals. And of course, it is intended to provide a moral lesson at the end. Did you understand what is fable means? Very good, you really understand. Let's now move on to the characteristic of fables. Fables are defined by 4 essential elements, and the first element is symbolism. Symbolism is the characters in fables are stand-ins for human, and their misadventure are meant to symbolize human behavior. So symbolism is the stand-in for human. For example, the misadventure of the story of tortoise and hare. Hare is belittled the traits of tortoise because he thinks that he is better than tortoise. But in the end, tortoise is still defeated the hare. That is the misadventure of the story. The second one is anthropomorphization. In fables, animals and even inanimate objects like the wind or the sun are the main characters of the story and are given human qualities. Some animals have specific traits associated with them. For example, an owl is wise, a fox is cunning, and a lion is brave. That is the human qualities that are inanimate with the animals. The third one, of course, the lessons. Every fable has a lesson at the end and arises from the story. The lesson of the tortoise and hare is slow down and steady wins the race. The last essential of fables is humor. Fables often have a humorous tone when showing the foolishness of human nature. The humor of the story of tortoise and hare is a hare, having ridiculed the slow movement of a tortoise, was challenged by the latter to run a race, a fox to go the goal and be a judge. And that's all for the characteristic of fables. Here are some other characteristics of fable. Would you mind to read? Yes, Justin? Number 1? Yes. Always remember that fable is provide a moral story at the end. Continue reading, Jessa. Yes. As I said a while ago, it uses animal and that animal can speak and have a traits like the lion is brave. Number 3. Glory, can you read? Yes, remember that fables is the animal's characters. Number 4, continue reading, Melvin. Yes, remember also that fable is short and has a few characters, maybe 3 to 4 characters. 3 to 5 characters is enough. Number 5, continue reading, Angelyn. Yes, of course. Every story or human have a strength and weaknesses. Also in fables, they have a strength and weaknesses. Number 6, continue reading, Eliza. Yes, a fable is just one story. Remember also that fable is fictional. When we say fictional, it is not a real story. It is not a true-to-life story. And the last one is, can you read? Kiefer? Yes, a fable setting can be anywhere. Maybe in the field, in the house, or anywhere. That are the some other characteristic of fables. Where did fables originate? Most Western fables come from the famous fabulist Aesop, who wrote an ancient Greece. Fables have a long European history. In the 17th century, French fabulist Jean de La Fontaine was inspired by Aesop to write fables that satirized the church, the court, and the ruling class of the time. So fables is originated from the fabulist Aesop in the ancient Greece. What are the values of fables? Fables are timeless literary devices because of their ability to provide a moral message in a simple way that can be understood and enjoyed by the readers of all ages. In fact, the fable is one of the oldest and most lasting method of both written and oral storytelling. The values of fables is timeless. The moral lesson is simple but meaningful. It is easy to understand by the readers and all ages. I have here a sample video of fables. I want you to listen carefully from the story. Write down the moral lesson, symbolism, anthropomorphization, and the humor. And we will tackle and discuss what are those characteristics of fables. Please prepare yourself and we will start listening this story. You are now done watching the videos. I will summary the story of the ant and the grasshopper. In this fable, the ant saved foods for winters, and the grasshopper does not save foods. When the winter comes, the hungry grasshopper begs for food, but the ant refuses to share. And that is the story of the ant and the grasshopper. Anyone who want to share what are the symbolism of the story of the ant and the grasshopper? Maria? Very good. How about the anthropomorphization of the story? Kyla? Yes, very good. The ant is hardworking, while the grasshopper represents the laziness. What are the lessons of the story? What did you get from the lesson of the story? Yes, Keira? Very good. Let us save or prepare in times of need. We should always save and prepare for necessity. And what is the humor of the story? Okay, Rico? Very good, Rico. I think you all understand the ant and the grasshopper story, or the story of the ant and the grasshopper. I am very happy to know that you really get a lesson and you enjoyed the story. Who wants to volunteer to summary our lesson for today? Yes, Rico? Very good, Rico. Who else? Who wants to summary our lesson for today? Yes, Neddy? Very good, Neddy. Another answer. Who wants to summary our lesson for today? Yes, Alfred? Very good, class. You really understand our lesson for today. So now that you understand our lesson, and you already watched the story of the ant and the grasshopper, my next question is, how would you apply the moral learned to a personal experience you've learned from the story of the ant and the grasshopper? Any volunteer? Okay, May, don't be shy. Very good, May. We can apply it to our real life through saving and be hardworking. Another answer? Yes, RJ? Very good also, RJ. Who else? Anyone? Okay, Alfie? Very good. Who wants to share? No one? Don't be shy, guys. It's okay. Yes, Al? Very good. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for being active for today. I know you are all ready and prepared for our next activities for today. Our activities will be group yourself into 5. Choose your own group. I will give you 20 seconds or maybe 10 seconds is enough to fix yourself with your groups. The direction is, with your group, choose the story of fables that you know. Do you know any example of a story of fable? Very good if yes. From that story that you choose, draw a picture and write dialogues from the story, which shows the main character learning the lesson or the moral lesson of the story. So with your chosen story, draw the characters and write the dialogue with that characters learning the lesson or the moral lesson of the story. Did you understand? Is 5 minutes is ready enough to do your work? Of course, you can do it with 5 minutes. Your 5 minutes will start now. Your 5 minutes is done. Group 1, can you present your activities here in front? It's look like every one of you or every group understand the mechanics and the lesson for today. I really overwhelmed that you did it right. Let's now evaluate how far did you understand our topic for today. I know you are ready to our next activities. So bring one whole sheet of your paper and answer the written in the board. Direction: choose the letter from the correct answer. That is the test one. I will only given you 10 seconds each question to answer the activities. Our next activities is true or false. Again, you will only be given 10 seconds to answer the activities. 10 seconds each question rather. Are you all done? Please pass your paper in front. Avoid talking with your seatmate. Since there is no question and queries, I will now give your assignment. For our next lesson, read the page 92 to 96. It is about the parable and the sample story of parable. Then answer the following question. Number 1 is, what is parable? Number 2, what is the difference between fable and the parable? And number 3, give the moral or the spiritual lesson of the story of a good Samaritan. Did you understand our assignment? Very good. That's all for today. I'm so happy and overwhelmed that you are all active, not just for today, but in the rest of our lessons. I hope that you will remain active. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye and God bless.